Frightening facts about space. As humans, we are fascinated by mystery, and there is no other place more mysterious to us than space. For centuries, we have looked up at the night sky and wondered what exists beyond our world. Today, we know more about space than ever before. But even with all our advancements in technology, there is still so much that we don't know. And what we do know can be pretty frightening. Did you know that space is full of deadly radiation that can cause cancers and other diseases? Or that there are giant clouds of gas and dust floating around that could one day engulf our planet? In this video, we will explore some of the most frightening facts about space. So put on your spacesuit and get ready for a wild ride. Watch till the end. Did you know that space is completely silent? The universe is an infinite expanse of emptiness, punctuated only by the occasional star or planet. And yet, despite its vastness, the universe is completely silent. There is no sound in space because there is no air. Sound waves require a medium, like air or water, to travel, and since space is a vacuum, there is nothing for sound waves to move through. Anyone who paid attention in school knows that space is a vacuum, and that sound does not travel through a vacuum. While the second part of this statement is definitely true, the first raises some questions. After all, a vacuum is something that is completely devoid of matter. It has literally nothing, not even particles. But how can this be true about space if there are planets, stars, dust clouds, and matter? But don't rush to blame your high school physics class. According to what we know now about space, the majority of it is, in fact, a vacuum. To begin with, space is an extremely large place. The distance between all celestial bodies is most likely nothing more than a vacuum. In other words, space is mostly, but not entirely, vacuum. So, if space doesn't entirely vacuum, does that mean sound can travel through it? Are explosions in space audible? Do all other sounds go silent as well? Before we answer that, let's first define what sound is and how it travels. So far, our understanding of space has been based on light waves because they have greater travel capacity in a vacuum. Sound, like light, moves in waves that are more mechanical than light waves. Mechanics should be understood as sound vibration traveling through particles. So, when you play the guitar and touch a string, the mechanical vibration travels through air particles and produces the sound that our ears can hear. This effect is similar to the ripples created by pebbles on the water's surface. The initial string vibration sets off a chain reaction, and the sound spreads. Like any other wave of energy, it eventually loses its effectiveness. To put it another way, the longer it travels, the weaker it becomes. Space was thought to be silent because celestial bodies and other smaller particles, such as stars and dust, are too far apart to allow sound waves to travel. Death by black hole. There is no escape from a black hole. Not for anything or anyone. Once you're pulled in, you're doomed. A black hole is a massive object in space whose gravitational pull is so strong that not even light can escape from it. When a massive star dies, black holes are expected to form. When the star's nuclear fuel runs out, its core collapses to the densest possible state of matter, 100 times denser than an atomic nucleus. Protons, neutrons, and electrons are no longer discrete particles in this density. Because black holes are invisible, they are discovered when they orbit a normal star. Astronomers can infer the properties of a normal star from the properties of its dark companion, a black hole. Cygnus X1, the brightest X-ray source in the Cygnus constellation, was the first confirmed black hole. Around 50 black holes have been discovered since then, in systems where a normal star orbits a black hole. They are the closest example of the estimated 10 million scattered throughout the Milky Way. Black holes are matter's tombs. Nothing, not even light, can escape them. Anyone who falls into a black hole will experience painful spaghettification, as popularized by Stephen Hawking in his book, A Brief History of Time. In spaghettification, the black hole's intense gravity would pull you apart, separating your bones, muscles, sinews, and even molecules. In his poem Divine Comedy, Dante described the words over the gates of hell as, "Abandon hope, all ye who enter here." The Carrington Effect. British astronomers Richard Carrington and Richard Hodgson noticed an unusual cluster of spots on our Sun in 1859, which turned out to be the most intense geomagnetic storm in history. Massive amounts of material were ejected from the Sun and collided at high speeds with the Earth's magnetosphere. It was even reported that the solar flare caused auroras all over the world. Around the world, telegraph systems failed. Some operators were electrically shocked after wires caught fire. The geomagnetic current was so strong that it allowed telegraph communication to continue, even when there was no power source. Operators in Portland and Boston were able to hold a 2-hour conversation powered entirely by the aurora current. If an event of this magnitude occurred today, the consequences could be disastrous. Massive blackouts, loss of communication, satellite failure, and billions of dollars in damage would occur around the world. Even more terrifying, these occurrences are completely unpredictable. The unimaginable vastness of the cosmos. As humans, we are limited by our perceptions. We can only see a small fraction of the electromagnetic spectrum, and we can only hear a small range of sound frequencies. Our sense of smell is even more limited, and we can only taste a handful of different flavors. But even with these limitations, we are still able to see and appreciate the beauty of the night sky. The cosmos is so vast that it is almost impossible for the human mind to comprehend. Our solar system is just a tiny speck of dust in the grand scheme of things, and even our galaxy is tiny compared to the rest of the universe. When we look at the night sky, we are seeing a tiny slice of the universe. There are billions of galaxies out there, each one containing billions of stars, and there are even more planets, asteroids, and other objects in the cosmos. The universe is so big that it is almost beyond imagination. Fortunately, we have science to help us understand the universe and its many mysteries. Through the study of astronomy, we are slowly piecing together the puzzle of the cosmos. And someday, we may even be able to understand the unimaginable vastness of the universe. A supernova in the kill zone. Another terror from space is the potential for a catastrophic supernova. When a star dies in a massive explosion known as a supernova, anything within a specific kill zone is wiped out by intense radiation waves. Astronomers estimate that the kill zone extends 40 to 50 light-years from the blast of a supernova, and no known stars within that distance from Earth are likely to blow up anytime soon. However, high-energy X-rays and gamma rays from more distant supernovae could interact with Earth's atmosphere and damage the ozone layer, making dangerous ultraviolet radiation from the Sun more accessible. Although one of the most famous giant red stars, Betelgeuse, is on the verge of going supernova, it is nearly 650 light-years away and thus unlikely to affect our solar system. 1987A was the closest supernova to Earth directly observed by astronomers in the last 400 years. It was discovered on February 23, 1987, in the Large Magellanic Cloud, a satellite galaxy of the Milky Way, and blazed with the power of 100 million stars for many months after its discovery. Gamma-ray bursts can destroy planets. Did you know that gamma-ray bursts can destroy planets? It was once thought that gamma-ray bursts were only a danger to Earth if they happen relatively close by. However, new research has shown that these powerful bursts of radiation can actually destroy planets that are located much further away. A gamma-ray burst is caused by the collapse of a star. When this happens, a massive amount of energy is released in the form of gamma rays. These rays are so powerful that they can destroy anything in their path, including planets and even entire galaxies. So far, there have been no confirmed cases of gamma-ray bursts destroying planets. However, this new research shows that it is a possibility and that we should be aware of the danger they pose. While GRBs are rare events, they can have a profound impact on the universe. So, the next time you see a news story about a GRB, Remember that it's not just an explosion, it's a force that can shape the future of the universe. Space is a fascinating and dangerous place. There are many things out there that can harm us, but there are also many amazing things to discover. To learn more about space, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Also, let us know what are your thoughts on these facts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.